Hey guys, so the goal of this video is to go back through the first week's problems that you were given, and I want to just go over some of the problems that you all were having with some of the problems, and just review with you and show you how to solve these problems. So the first problem that you guys had problems with was 4x squared plus 8x minus 10 minus 9x squared plus 3x minus 14. Okay guys, right here you can change this to plus -1 if that helps you, but this minus sign has to get distributed all the way through. The biggest error that I saw in this was that you were telling me that 4 minus 9 is 5. Again, you've got to realize that negatives matter, okay? It's just, you've got to start realizing it. So this is still 4x squared plus 8x minus 10. Now we got this plus. Now what's -1 times 9x squared? Negative 9x squared. -1 times 3x, that's -3x. -1 times -14, that's +14. So the other problem that I'm seeing is you guys like terms. Like terms means that they have the same variable to the same power. You know that, okay? We've talked about that over and over this year. So we've got 4x squared plus -9x squared. 4 plus -9, or 4 minus 9, is -5x squared. 8x minus 3x is 5x. -10 plus 14 is 4. And that's it, guys. You cannot do anything else with this. Okay? That's it for the addition. Okay, that's the end of the problem. Please do not try to do anything with the x's, the x squareds and the x's. They're not like terms. You can't do anything with it. Okay? The next problem that I saw, you had 17x cubed plus 8x squared plus 9x plus 12 minus 8x cubed minus 4x squared minus 6x minus 1. Once again, guys, this negative sign is what killed you, and what really bothers me is this was pointed out to you in the video. It's like you're not even paying attention to what the video is saying to you. This is plus -1. Okay? So what do we do? We leave the first one alone. All right? We have a plus sign. Now, -1 times everything else. -1 times positive 8x cubed is -8x cubed. -1 times -4x squared is positive 4x squared. -1 times -6x is positive 6x. -1 times -1 is positive 1. All right, so I've got 17x cubed. The only thing I can do to it is subtract the 8x cubed. So 17 minus 8 is 9x cubed. 8x squared plus 4x squared is 12x squared. 9x plus 6x is 15x. 12 plus 1 is 13. And that's it. Once again, you've combined all the like terms. You cannot go any further. All right. The heartbreaking thing that I saw is that all of you were making the same mistake. Most of it is the negative signs, but some of you just kept going from here, and I'm like, what are you doing? There's nothing else to do. All right, number 3, you had 9a cubed minus 18a squared plus 9 plus 7a cubed plus 24a squared plus 13a. Guys, this one, look for like terms. Like terms, again, same variable to the same power. Okay, so I have an a cubed. Do I have any a cubes over here? Yes. What's 9 plus 7? That is 16. Guys, keep the variable the same. Don't change it to x when it's a. So it's a cubed. Now I have an a squared here and I have an a squared here. What's negative 18 plus 24? Well, that's simply 6a squared. Okay, this is a 9. I cannot add it to 13a. Why not? Because it doesn't have an a on it. So basically I have to leave these two things alone. So my next one, I have a cubed, a squared, and then I still have this 13a, and then I still have the 9, and that's it. Once again, there's nothing for you to substitute. There's nothing for you to do beyond just combining like terms. Okay? The fourth problem, there were 8 of them, and number 8 has 4 parts to it. We have 4x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus 12x squared plus 16x minus 8. Once again, plus negative 1. All right, so you have 4x squared minus 2x plus 5. Distribute that negative 1. Negative 1 times 12x squared is negative 12x squared. Negative 1 times 16x is negative 16x. Negative 1 times negative 8 is positive 8. Now combine your like terms. 4x squared plus negative 12x squared, negative 8x squared. Negative 2x minus 16x. Well, again, that gives me negative 18x. 5 plus 8, 13. Guys, I hope you're seeing that this is very straightforward and some of you are just making it way too hard on yourselves. Okay? It shouldn't be nearly as bad as you're making it. Okay, number 5. And we have 12x squared minus 13x plus 11 minus negative 3x squared plus 9x minus 17. Once again, as we showed you in the video, plus negative 1, then you distribute this negative to that part. Leave the first one alone, so it's still 12x squared minus 13x plus 11. Now, negative 1 times negative 3, that's positive 3x squared. Negative 1 times 9x, negative 9x. Negative 1 times negative 17, plus 17. 12x squared plus 3x squared, 15x squared. Negative 13x plus negative 9x, negative 22x. 11 plus 17, 28. Now, several of you were able to do these correctly, but these are all problems that more than half of you missed. And that doesn't include those of you that didn't actually do the problems, which is really upsetting. All right, now the next 3 are all multiplication problems. Now, guys, all these are repeated distributions, okay? Some of you may have heard the term FOIL, but all you're doing is distributing. Everything in this parenthesis has to get multiplied by everything in this parenthesis. It's just that simple. So what I like to do is I like to draw my picture. I do x times the first one. X times x is x squared. And then I do x times the second one. What is x times negative 4? Well, that's minus 4x. Then I start here. 3 times x is 3x. And then 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Now I have some like terms. Do I have anything with x squared? No. That is my only x squared term, so I just write x squared. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am so tired of you guys not using your calculators, not using your heads. Negative 4x plus 3x. What is that? Negative 1. Negative 1x, that's all it is. Negative 4 plus 3. And then a minus 12. That's it. That's the problem. That's all there is to it. Sometimes I think you guys just do things wrong intentionally. I don't know. X minus 2 times x plus 1. Again, repeated distribution. X times x. It's not 2x, guys. It is x squared. X times 1 plus 1x. Negative 2 times x minus 2x. Negative 2 times 1 minus 2. Like terms, x squared, okay? 1x minus 2x is negative 1x minus 2. Okay. Now, the other problem that you had was actually a matching problem. And it's the last problem that I'm going to do for you. Okay. You had 4 possibilities. You had x plus 5 times x plus 6. Then you also had x minus 5 times x minus 6. Okay. Then you had x minus 5 times x plus 6. And then you had x plus 5 times x minus 6. And you had to multiply them out and match them. So what do? X times x, x squared. X times 6 plus 6x. 5 times x plus 5x. 5 times 6 plus 30. Guys, this problem was meant for you to make sure that you're not messing up on negative signs. This one's very straightforward. X squared plus 11x plus 30. Now look at the difference for this one. X times x, that's still x squared, that's not changing. X times negative 6, that's minus 6x. Negative 5 times x, that's negative 5x. Now negative 5 times negative 6. Guys, negative times a negative is always what? Positive. So what do I end up with? X squared negative 6 plus negative 5. Negative 11x plus 30. Notice the difference. This had 2 positives, this was positive. This has 2 negatives, this the middle term is negative. Something for you all to think about. Alright, we do the exact same problem again, but this time we have a negative 5 and a positive 6. Again, x times x is still x squared. That's not changing. It's still not 2x. X times 6 is plus 6x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. X squared plus 6 minus 5. Well, that's plus 1x minus 30. All right. X times x is x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. 5 times x is positive 5x. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. The negative sign's got to be in there, guys. X squared minus 1x minus 30. And then you just had to match those 4 answers to the answers that you had. I hope that this video is helping you. I hope that you're understanding the problems a little bit more. You're going to have a quiz on Wednesday that's going to have some of these problems in it. I really suggest that you pay attention, and all you had to do is watch this video, guys. and you got some points. Thanks. Have a good day.